Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me in another Advent Countdown project. I can't believe how quickly we're racing through these. That kind of scares me because we're getting close to Christmas. But today I have got a candy cane holder for you, and it's made with the envelope punch board, and that was last year. The very first project I made with the envelope punch board that I put out on video was a candy cane holder. This is different. This is not the same as last year's. This is different dimensions to any that I've ever done before. But it's kind of cute. So I'm going to show you how to make it. But the first thing I want to do is the stamping. And that's because the punch board is under everything. So, right, I have got the Good Greeting stamp set. This is the one that you get free with an order that's £200 or above. And obviously you're going to get £30 worth of freebies as well, so it's awesome. But it's so cool. Look at the sentiments. Hugs and kisses, peace and joy, trick or treat, happy Halloween, loads of them. I love you, I love us. Oh, that's lovely. Cheers, sparkle. Oh, I like that one. Didn't even know there was sparkle on there. Obviously I'm using Ho 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 because it's Christmas. So I have got this, I use the Santa & Co paper here, crazy Santa paper, which is Old Olive and Real Red, but I'm actually going to use different colours. So I'm bringing in Cherry Cobbler and Garden Green, but actually I'm going to stamp in the Garden Green. I've got some Crumb Cake cardstock. It kind of shows up all right. Got my stamp ready prepped even on my block. Stamp that down. Helpfully, I've just remembered that I forgot to get out a piece of Garden Green cardstock. That was useful, wasn't it? It's a good job that my cardstock is about a foot to the right of me. Just get that right. Piece of Garden Green. I'm in my drawer, grabbing Garden Green. There we go. Piece of Garden Green cardstock. This was the Ticket Duo Builder Punch. Obviously don't need those two little bits. Okay, I did get the sponge out though, that was sensible. Quickly sponge around the edges of that. Might as well sponge the edges of this as well while we've got everything here. You know, I've got the green cardstock out, might as well make use of it. Okay, let's shift those out of the way. And then I want to layer these up. Now when you're doing offset layering, I have said it before, but if you haven't seen any of my videos before, you offset layer, you put your dimensionals on the bit that you're covering. So I'm not going to cover the top or the left hand side. So I don't want to have dimensionals there. And there we go. And then this time I put rhinestones on here, but I'm putting pearls on here. And I have only got a few pearls at the moment because at the point of time that I'm filming this, I made my swaps yesterday, and I think you'll have seen the card project a couple of days ago if I've got my timings in my head correct, and I used hundreds of pearls, and that's all I've got left. That's all I've got left. So they're a tiny little bit smaller than perhaps I would have used, but there we go. Okay, right, I can now get to my envelope punch board. You need a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 5.5. So this is perfect for all of those people who are doing my paper share because you get 6x6s. And I am using the Under the Tree paper, which is kind of cardstock. So 5.5 by 5.5, that's 14 by 14 centimetres. And you put it in at the 1 7/8 of an inch mark, which is 4.8 centimetres. And you punch and score, and you turn it around and you find your line that you've already scored and you butt it up to this score guide. Punch and score, and then you line it up again, which should be at the 1 7/8. Punch and score. So we've punched and scored 3 times. You turn it round now, and this is the 4th time we're only going to punch. So you're lining up again, only punching. Don't do the scoring because we don't actually want to join that line up. Okay, around the corners. And that's the punch board done. We don't need that anymore. Fold your score lines, and that's a pen, can't fold with that. Bone folder. There are only 3 score lines. You can probably see it a bit better there. So those are the ones that you're folding. and burnishing. And as you can see, it overlaps, and that's why I've got the little button there. So to find where to punch your hole, it doesn't matter whether it's the left or right, fold it into this shape, and with a pen mark in the centre of where that part pops out, because that is where you're going to grab your oval punch, your small oval punch, and go through maybe about a third of the way, so you're not quite cutting halfway through. Oh, did that hit you? That flew up in the air. Oh, I'm sorry if it hit you. So that means that this will now poke through prettily, like that. Now with this one, because it was paper, I could use the mini glue dots. I have found that this mini glue dots aren't quite strong enough with the cardstock, because it is, to all intents and purposes, cardstock. So I'm going to grab some sticky strip this time, and I'm going to snip a tiny bit for here, and then I'm going to work out where I wanted to go, straight across there, so from there straight across basically, but not all the way to the end, because you can see it pokes out. So yeah, maybe a little over halfway. So that should be about right there. So when I come to stick it all together, that's what I'm going to do. But I want to sponge the edges first, so I've got my cherry cobbler. And you just come round and you sponge the bits that are going to be on display. So an edge there. All of these. And then the same over here. Let's get myself completely tangled up in my cardstock. And this top bit is going to be on display as well. So when you fold it all together, it's just sponged the edges for you. So let's build this up. So what you want to do is, without sort of sticking that part down, feed that bit in, press it over, and then grab a bone folder or a pen. You can see daylight at the bottom, so when you poke your bone folder in, you will be able to push up this part and it should stick. And it's not going to stick today because I can't see what I'm doing. It will stick when you get your candy canes in. Now, depending on how much you like the person as to how many candy canes will fit in. There we go, it's all closed now. As to how many candy canes you want to put in. Originally I just put 2 in and then decided that I'd put a 3rd in because I was feeling generous. And the candy canes that I've got, I don't know what size you can get them overseas, but in the UK you can find them all over the place like this. Yes, there is one extra one missing. I might have possibly eaten last time when I was making these. But these are the ones, do you know what, I think these were from Home Bargains, but it could have been one of the pound shops. But these are the ones that you just get all over the place. Obviously adjust your measurements slightly if you want to. Right, let's finish this off. So I've got a button. These are the Regals buttons. I've got the garden green there, and I've got my mini glue dots. So I want one on the back, and that is going to go over this part, and it is literally for decoration only. And nothing else other than that. My pretty little sentiment that I've done. I have a couple of glue dots on there as well, I think. And that can go off to the angle there, and that is my candy cane for 2014 done. The new version. I hope you like it. So it's a lot of fun to make. Definitely makes use of the envelope punch board. There may possibly be another envelope punch board project coming up this week of a small size. You'll have to hang around till Friday. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye.